7 p.m. All right. The first performer who's going to be performing today is me. I'm the host and performing. Isn't that crazy, wacky, zacky, ding dong, right? So I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I thought it'd be funny if I read through my notes app, because I write all my stand-up ideas in my notes app. Because usually when I get drunk, I don't know why, but I think I'm like really funny then and there. So we're gonna go through this together, and a lot of these ideas are gonna be completely out of context. So if you don't find it funny, I apologize. All right, let's get it. Okay, here's one. Woman ordered 30 sugars in a small coffee, 3 cream. Cool. A lot of talk about side-eye on Twitter, but what no one is talking about is dog side-eye. Y'all ever do something and your dog looks at you like, I feel like that hurts more. You know what I mean? When your dog's like, what the frick are you doing? If you found a rabbit could move its eyes independently, would that not mess up your whole perception of rabbits? Like chameleons, you know? I feel like if a rabbit's eyes started moving one after, I'd be like, I don't want to be associated with this animal anymore. I'm terrified. At 9, really thought soaps should taste the way it smells. Why wouldn't it? All my life, I thought tasty things smelled good. I think this is in reference to me drinking a bottle of soap at the age of 8. Don't do so. That's not good for your health, as my doctor told me at age of 8. Why aren't we doing open carry swords? Right? I heard you. Whoever said what right now? I'll tell you, this is why I think that'd be cool. Because like a lot of people are like, it's my right to own a gun, right? But where's the sword, guys? You know what I'm saying? Like I see them on Man of Steel or whatever. But I want to see you walking around with a great sword on your back. I think that would be sick. I should write a book called Everybody Gets Cancer. I don't have context for that. I don't know why I wrote that. Let's see here. Do you think swordfish have car accidents and have to exchange insurance? I think the idea here is that I was like really drunk and I was like, well, when swordfish, they're really fast, right? They're like they're like 80 miles an hour in the water. So I'm assuming at some point somehow they have to cross paths. You know what I mean? So he's like, oh dude, come on, that was my tail. Who's gonna pay for this? Is that health insurance or auto insurance or both? I don't know. I have no idea. The concept of a Christmas tree, that tickled me pink. I'll tell you why. So the reason I think that's funny is because, so just like, walk me on this, okay? Because there's a baby born, right? Theoretically, he's God. And you're like, you know how we should celebrate? We should take that tree outside, bring it inside. And the worst part is, in the past, it was like a real tree, right? So you just bring it inside, makes a huge mess in your room, and then you're like, for Jesus. Does anyone actually know why we do that? Oh, man. And then we were like, you know what? This thing's ugly. Why is this in my house? And then, I assume, the partner of the house was like, well, we could put lights on it, I guess. But back then they didn't have LEDs, so they were like, put candles on it. And if you know anything about pine trees, that's a really good way to catch your house on fire. So nothing about a Christmas tree makes any sense to me. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't have to take the immigration test when I moved to this country, because I feel like if I said that, they wouldn't let me in. All right, why don't we name Worcestershire sauce, what's this here sauce? Because I can never pronounce it. I didn't read that one until I came up here, actually. That's kind of great. Tennis matches kind of sound like gay sex. You ever watch a tennis match? I'll tell you, actually, this is a more recent one, so I actually remember. I wasn't drunk for this one, thankfully. I was at the barber. And tennis was on screen, and he's cutting my hair, and I was like, and they were like, oh! Oh! Ah! Oh! I was like, oh, what are they doing? And the weird part about that was, I asked my barber, I was like, hey, why are they making all those weird noises? He's like, well, you can identify them by their noises. I was like, what? Apparently, depending on the pitch and intensity of their scream, you're like, that's Rodriguez. What if we did that for porn? That's my favorite guy, Seymour Butts. Know him by his scream. Guy just yells whenever he gets done. All right, let's see, what else do I got here? We have heated chairs in my car, but only when the car's on fire. That's a joke in reference to the fact that I have a Toyota 1996 Camry. So if the car's on fire, maybe it's time. Oh, when my car makes, okay, so actually I was driving back from Blacksburg recently, after spring break, right? That's when I got the car. So very new driver. If you're on the road at the same time as me, don't. I'm not a good driver. I'll just keep it real with you guys. I've seen people this is how you know you're a bad driver. You know you're a bad driver when the person behind you drives up to the side of you just to look into your car. You know what I mean? They're like, who's driving? And they're always shocked. It's like, it's like a regular black guy. That's not what I expected. Don't lie. You guys were thinking all the same thing. I'm not going to be sexist or racist here. All right. Another thing I noticed is I saw, this is kind of off topic here, but I noticed that when I was driving back from Blacksburg, it was on the back of someone's car. It was a sticker. It said, real women like football. And then afterwards, it said smart women like the Cowboys. And I was thinking to myself, I was like, my mom doesn't like football or the Cowboys. I think I have two dads. Oh, man. All right, that's all I got for you guys. All right. Keep the claps going because next up we have a guy, his name is Sammy Tamimi. Make sure you're giving him all your attention, put your phones on, all that stuff. Yeah, he's a killer. All right.
Hey guys, Blacksburg, how's it going? Make some noise, please, make some noise. Hey. Man, such a pleasure to be performing here at Virginia Tech. I also go to school here, but man, this is the best time of you guys' life, man. You guys are in such a beautiful, safe country. So a little bit about myself. My name is Sammy Tamimi. I'm a stand-up comedian from Iraq. Don't worry, I don't bomb buildings, I just bomb shows. Yeah, wait till the end. But on a lighter note, for the next 3 hours, I want to talk about ISIS. So, I'd love to know how many of you guys are from Northern Virginia? Okay, decent lineup, yeah, okay. Well, I have some good news. So I heard that ISIS actually made its way to Northern Virginia. And what really happened was they got pushed out of Iraq, and they realized, yeah, I don't think we were in the right place. We need to be surrounded by real idiots. And you know what, man, I'm graduating this May, right? I'm graduating, I'm leaving the school, it's sad. But I need a full-time job. ISIS is hiring. And to be honest, man, I don't care. The whole killing and the mutilating of others, that's not the bad part about ISIS. You gotta understand. It's their health insurance program. I didn't think they made that very attractive in the offer letter, so I thought I'd go ahead and reject. But, so wait, how many of you guys are graduating this semester? Were you guys at the ring dance? Okay, that was poop. Okay, so at the ring dance, the lady that happens to be the president of the class of 22, some of you may know her, said that I look like the Tinder swindler. Take a good look at this profile, and you will soon realize that in fact I do, but you know what, man? I hate this kind of character. You know why? It's not because he manipulated women and stole their money. It's because It's not because he stole their money, man. It's because this guy's been stealing my moves. You know, I'm doing he got so promoted. He got promoted by freaking Netflix. He has an amazing show. He's making so much money in jail. Meanwhile, I'm making a free show to a bunch of Northern Virginia airheads. God, that took a lot out of me. But yeah, man. How'd you guys like spring break? Yet another poop. Dude, our spring break was not the greatest. We went to Ocean City, Maryland. Yep. It is, in fact, as depressing as that sounds. You know, a bunch of guys, like, you know, we decided, you know, let's go to the most inhabitable place in the country at this time and hope at the off chance of potentially getting laid there. So we get ourselves a nice beach house. We get a lot of alcohol and a lot of drugs. I'm Muslim, so I only stick to the weed. So, man, I smoke a lot of weed. It was really good stuff. And yeah, and so I smoke a lot, man, and I pass out on this couch, close my eyes, I meet God. But it was the Christian God, so I was pissed. My entire life, man, these Muslims have been telling me that I have the right one, I got the right one, you know, and meanwhile I realized these idiots who've been trying to convert me actually had something useful to say for once. And speaking of people who like to convert others, why are they usually people you never want to sleep with in the first place? Like, I'm looking at the crowd, and some of you look like straight up converters right there. Like, I can see you right there, you know, right there, right. You guys look like you want to convert an entire nation, not just a bunch of brown kids from Virginia Tech. But yeah, man, you know, religion is hard, man, because you grow up, nobody tells you how to pick the right one. Nobody really tells you. Nobody teaches you anything about this type of stuff. Which is the right one, right? You have 3 main religions and a bunch of lesser ones. And kind of like crypto. You got Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana, and a bunch of poop coins. And a bunch of evangelists for those poop coins. So, do you guys like how we went from talking about spring break to religions to crypto? How bad is your ADHD? Yeah, man. I love the fact that I had the privilege of moving to America already speaking English. And to me, it feels like I had just gained super immigrant status, right? Super immigrant status. What that means is you get to talk to beautiful American women, but when the cops pull you over, you get to say no English. It's fine. But yeah, man, but with that comes its own list of funny inconveniences. Like, my interactions with Americans are always funny when they find out I speak decent English. So, like, you know, when I talk to an old lady, this is how the interactions go. Hi, my name is Sammy. I'm from Iraq. Nice to meet you. She's like, wow, you have really good English. I was like, yeah, I went to Catholic school in the Middle East. You guys have Catholic schools over there? I had to collect myself when she said that, just a little bit. And I said, yeah, you know, lady, Jesus was not that far away from where I lived. I lived right here. He lived over there. I was on 214 Main Street. He was at 300 Bethlehem Street. It wasn't that far. I didn't really venture out that far. But yeah, man. Every race in America comes with its advantages. No matter what you think, every race in America comes with its advantages. It's kind of nice when you're Arab, you can be intimidating even if you're 5'8", 150-pound guy, you know? Like, when you're approached with opposition, all you gotta do is, you know, when someone is coming in to beat the hell out of you, all you gotta do is show them the wire in your necklace, or not a necklace, show them a wire in your neck, and say, hey man, if you want to beat me up, I have this wire, and I'll just pull it, right? And I'll take both of us. So this was my joke about death. So, out of curiosity, how are you guys liking the show so far? So, yeah. 7, 6, 5. How do you guys feel? 4, 3. You guys remember that I was going to bomb this show, right? Sammy Tamimi, everybody, thank you so much for coming out tonight.
Wow. Oh, there we go. Wow. Sammy Tamimi, huh? He's amazing. Can we get another round of applause for him? Yeah, that's what I like to hear. That's what I like to hear. All right, you know, I kind of realized I didn't introduce myself. That's kind of important, right? I feel like as a host, probably should do that. My name's Izana Makoni. I'm the president of the club. All right, kind of important. All right, so next up, we have Dylan Houston. He's our favorite Aussie, so give him a big round of applause. All right.
Loud round of applause. Thank you, guys. Isn't it great to be here? It's amazing. Yes. Yeah. So, my family just got a new dog. She's very cute. She is 11 months old, King Charles Cavalier Spaniel. She's tiny, the most annoying bitch ever. Yeah, because she's a female dog. Serves me well that you laughed at that. She's, yeah, very annoying. Her name's Ollie. I named her. I didn't tell my parents how I got the name because I'm a little nerdy. They're like, oh, Ollie, like our family friend Olive. Oh, Dylan, that's adorable. I'm like, yeah, Ollie. Not like the Green Arrow, the DC superhero from that CW show. Yeah. I haven't seen her much since she's off in New York and I'm over here and it takes like 5 minutes for her to puppy bolt down to me. But I love her. I love her. My entire family loves her. My other dog, however, hates her, detests her. Most annoying thing. Her name is Tashi. She's much older. Her entire daily schedule revolves around sleeping, eating, and crapping occasionally. But like only after we hold the door open for 10 minutes and she just stares at us like, hey yo, these fellas trying to tell me something. Yeah. But Tashi hates Ollie. She's so lazy, but I've never seen Tashi put this much energy into trying to piss someone off. Ever. Like the other day, my sister walks into the kitchen, and Tashi's just sitting there, choking on Ollie's food, you know, because she's 13 years old and can't eat a puppy's food. It's like, this will teach her. And then she sees my sister and turns around and like wags her tail, wipes her ass, and Ollie's food bowl and water bowl, and then does that little puppy trot away. You know? So what does Ollie do in revenge? Well, Ollie takes her favorite toy, drags it over to Tashi's bed, and falls asleep next to her. I think that pissed Tashi off more than anything else that Ollie has done. Just the fact that she didn't care. So it's kind of a little sick though, you know? Ollie's gonna be bullied in puppy middle school, guarantee it. It kind of reminded me of how like frat kids and pledges, you know, their relationship. I have like brothers who are like, hey yo, I'm gonna eat your food. And you're gonna wash my clothes, drive me around, and buy me stuff. And Ollie's just like sitting there, little pledges, just sitting there wagging their tails like, he wants to be my friend. Yeah, I love pets. Speaking of pets, you know what the greatest trick in the world is? It's what I call farming. It's that thing where you'll come home as a kid and your cat or dog will be missing and you'll go to your parents and it'll be like, Mom, Dad, where'd Fluffy go? And they'll tell you how Fluffy's off on some farm, you know, plenty of food, running around, having the time of their life, when really your dad forgot you had basketball practice last night and backed out of the driveway a little too quickly. And now Fluffy's that lump in your backyard. Yeah. Farming. So I was thinking that I'm very happy, I'm very grateful I'm going to be farmed. And because I hate myself, I decided to try to justify it. So I go through my pets, I've got my dogs, they're both alive. I had fish, they ate each other. Do you know that fish were cannibalistic? And also strangely territorial? Now you know, there you go. We had turtles, we released them into the ecosystem, in true Australian fashion. Yeah. And then, I forgot the word, of course I forgot the word. And invasive species, that was what I was thinking of. Yeah. And then we had a hamster who we gave to our neighbor. And that got me thinking. One day when I was a child, I come home, my hamster's gone. I'm like, Mom, where did our hamster go? And she told us that she gave it to our neighbor because we weren't responsible enough. But I've gone to my neighbor's house plenty of times, not out of choice, but I've gone to my neighbor's house plenty of times. And I never saw like a hamster cage or hamster wheel or one of those big ass t-shirts that say, I have a hamster, I swear they're better than a cat or a dog. And it's not like my mother to not try to like hold us accountable and try to teach us responsibility. However, it is like my mother to lie about something that she accidentally did and then try to teach us responsibility over it. It's good old mom. So I thought about this. It was like 11:30 at night, and I decided to call my parents because that's the best time to call your parents. And my mother picks up and she says, Dylan, what the hell? It's 11:30 at night. Why are you calling me? And I say, hey mom, remember that hamster we used to have? So she drops dead silent. There's a lot of like muffling and some words spoken over the phone. And then my dad picks up the phone and he says, Dylan, you never had a hamster. Good night. So now, not only did they kill my hamster, presumably, but now they're trying to gaslight me into believing I never had a hamster in the first place. I'm not gonna let this stand. So I said, no, Dad, I did have a hamster, because he was tiny, fat, and a moron, just like I was at that age. So my dad just sighs and hangs up the phone, because I'm an idiot. But this isn't over. I'm a petty bastard. This isn't over. I've got a plan. When I grow older, I'm gonna fake my death. Like all good plans start with, faking your death. Then I'm gonna hire an actor. And they're gonna go to my parents and they're gonna be grieving, like, boo-hoo, we only have 3 children left. If you needed a 4th. And they're gonna go and they're gonna be like, this actor's gonna pretend to be my lawyer. They're gonna say, how did Dylan die? And the actor, he's gonna look at my parents and he's gonna go, your son isn't dead, but you weren't responsible enough, so we gave him to your neighbor. Hope you learn responsibility. Good night. All right, that's my set, guys. Thank you so much for coming. Hope you have a great night.
Man, incredible, huh? We love our favorite Aussie, huh? Okay, so next up, we have our performer, Sage DeLong, and the proof that stand-up isn't just some male circle jerk.
Wow. Yes, I'm the only girl performing tonight. I'm often the only girl performing. Yeah. By my shirt, it says, just another sexy bald guy. But yeah, I'm the only girl, and I wish we could find a better girl to perform. But unfortunately, there aren't any, so here I am. Yeah, the comedy club's great. It's a lot of men, and they're sitting around, and a lot of times things come up that they don't really know a lot about, especially about women. So, for instance, I was going to tell you guys a joke, or I was going to say, they had to let me perform because of Title IX, which made them all go, Sage, you cannot make that joke. And I was like, I would like to make that joke. And they said, you can't make that joke because Title IX is about sexual assault, and that's not okay. And besides the issue that that's just not what Title IX is about, I was a little concerned that they thought sexual assault was just like legal before the 70s. Like that was just something you could do, you know? That was a little concerning. They also, a lot of times, they'll make jokes about women. Never offensive. But they'll just say the word woman, and they'll look at me and they'll be like, is that all right? Are we clear on that front? And I'm like, yep, you can make that one. Meanwhile, I'm like, men are the worst. I hate them so much. And they're like, yes, you tell your truth. Like, you go you. I'm like, thank you guys. The guy that performed right before me, Dylan, we used to come to comedy club together a lot. We were both freshmen. And for about a whole semester, every other person in comedy club thought Dylan and I were dating. Just because we came to the meetings together. Which is a little bit concerning because Dylan does have a girlfriend of a year, so I don't know if she'd be thrilled to hear that one. But it's also like, why did you think that? Also, I have bigger aspirations for my dating career than an amateur comedian, you know? Yeah, so that's why I'm on Tinder. A lot of great guys on there. Tinder's great because it's very entertaining. I don't use Tinder to find a boyfriend. I don't really respond to any men on Tinder either. But I do use it as like a kind of like a Netflix Hulu replacement, you know? It's great. I think that it's a little bit, I don't know. My friends and I, we were talking about it. We were like, one of us should get Tinder. They said, who's in the most need of it? They said, okay, Sage. Sage, you get Tinder. I said, okay, perfect. And we were kind of expecting to find like one or two of our guy friends on there. I would say about every single man on our campus is on Tinder. It's insane. If you were looking to fill a rec basketball team, I would look no further. It's crazy. It's insane. And I've had a lot of great stories from Tinder. I think it's a great app. But my friends and I, we sit on my phone, we look at it, kind of round table style, and we're like, okay, let's talk about the pros and cons. Pros, he's 6'2", right? He has a great personality, it seems. Oh, and that's a photo with a dead deer. That's a photo. That's a con, I would have to say. Put that on the cons list. And if there's any of my Tinder matches in the crowd, or any men that are on Tinder, feel free after the show to come up to me and I'll give you plenty of advice. That or I'll go left, and then it's one or the other, you can't lose. Sorry guys, I'm like reading off, hopefully you're okay with that. You can also verify yourself on Tinder, right? You can take a few selfies and you can be like, it's actually me, which is great. But unfortunately, it's never the men that you want that are verifying themselves, It's not like male models, it's like a 5'7" dude named Todd, who's like definitely never showered before, doesn't look great. Todd, I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't worried the guy with VT Geology 24 in his bio was gonna catfish me. I wasn't scared. We also have a lot of people that put their college, right? And that's great because it's mostly VT people, because we make up about 99.9% of the Blacksburg population. But we also get a few Radfords, right? We get a few Radfords sprinkled in. And I think it's great to write Radford in your bio, but I do think it would be quicker to just write, I have syphilis. I think it would get to the point. I don't know if they know how to spell syphilis though, so that one might be difficult. We also have guys that post with their ex-girlfriends. They'll post a picture, they'll scribble out a face and say, this could be you. Which, please don't do that. That's so scary. But while you're in there editing that beautiful photo of you two, you might as well just put like a red flag right over your face. That would be effective. We also have the guys that only use group photos. It's just all group photos. And I think that's fun. I think it's kind of like Where's Waldo? And to find the one that has the profile, it's the one I find the least attractive. So that's good. We also have the guys that are like, don't swipe on me if you're playing games, I'm here for a long-term girlfriend. And I definitely did not get on Tinder to find a boyfriend. I got on Tinder because I like judging men purely based off looks, and I like male validation, you know? Those two things. But I do suggest to all those guys that are looking for a wife and kids, maybe go on Grindr. I know a lot of those guys have them, so that might be good. You know, find your Cal Jacobs on there, right? Yeah. We also got the cadets. So many cadaddies. Oh my God, so many of them. They're everywhere, but I'm afraid of them. It's often a picture of them in like a full camo outfit, adds up, and then a picture of them with like a gun. And I'm like, that's scary. And girls, if you are swiping on cadets and then get confused why they disappear after you sleep with them, that's what they're trained to do. That's what the camo's for. You can't get mad at them for serving their country. That's insane. You can find the hidden joke in there. We're not supposed to curse on this show, so I'm really sorry. Yeah. There's also guys who definitely peaked in high school. You know, they have photos of themselves from their prom, their graduation, they're playing JV lacrosse their sophomore year of high school. And I think the cleat chasers have moved on, guys. I think they've moved on. Don't think they're looking for you. They're looking for like Storm Murphy, okay? They wanna watch a guy gritty across their screen. They don't want you. Yeah, we also have guys that will immediately text you after you've matched and say, trying to go back to my place? And the faster you are trying to get me to your apartment, the less time I think I have on earth, right? I'm definitely gonna get murdered if I match or meet up with any of these guys. I'm a little bit afraid. We also have the guys on the sports teams. I think Virginia Tech needs to watch what apps they let their athletes have because it's insane. It's like every other guy is a guy from a sports team here. And you know, I'll swipe left on like wrestlers, right? I'm pretty sure all of them are on steroids or they just have anger issues or both, you know, could be one of those. Football players are too forward for me. I met a football player at a party one time and he gave me his address within like an hour of us talking. And if there are any UVA players in the crowd, I will give that up for like $10 and like a bag of Coke. I'm sure you have some. I think you guys just have that on you 24/7, so that should be good. But yeah, there's a lot of athletes. Also a lot of frat boys, of course. We love the fraternity brothers. I would probably swipe right on you if you're in a fraternity, unless your vibes are atrocious, right? Which, if you're in a fraternity, they probably are. So I'm swiping left most of the time. Yeah, I've actually picked one fraternity that if I see it, I will swipe right, every single time. And I kind of did this so that, like, I don't know, I kind of feel like it's like collecting Pokemon cards. Except for, instead of cool monsters, it's like 5'9" white boys who will never speak to me. So that's great. Yeah, I've actually been to a few frat parties. I'm sure a lot of the girls, maybe the girls in the crowd, maybe you've been to one or two. They like to keep the ratio like 25-1. So definitely sure there's a few girls in here. But a conversation with a frat guy, in my experience as a girl that's not in a sorority, I'm not in a sorority, I'm in comedy club and I kind of feel like we're our own sorority except for they're not talking about me behind my back, so we definitely lack the sisterhood aspect. So, sorry guys, that one was me, and a lot of my friends are in sororities. Go, whatever you do. Yeah. So, you know, an average conversation will be, so where are you from? Oh, I'm from Nova, Northern Virginia. Dude, I've literally never met anybody from there. That's like, that is so exotic. Oh, thank you. Yeah, that's really great. So, what's your major? What are you studying? Oh, I'm an English major. That's not a joke. Don't. It's not funny. I'm an English major. Dude, that's so. Do you like read books or like what goes all into that? Yeah, I do. What about you? What's your major? Oh, I'm business. Yeah. Oh, that sounds like a really difficult major. I heard that's hard. I'm lying here. That's a lie. Yeah, no, it's really difficult. It's a hard major. So yeah, like, what year are you? Oh, I'm a freshman. Their eyes light up here. Their eyes light up. They found one. He goes, oh, that's so sick. Yeah, I'm a 6th year. Yeah, BIT was just really difficult, so I'm here. The fraternity needs me though, so it's okay. You know, it's sick, yeah. So tell me, what sorority did you rush? Oh, I actually didn't rush a sorority. They immediately leave. They walk away, and okay, it kind of makes sense, right? We're in the South, they're into the brother-sister stuff down here, right? So I get it. I understand, you know? Yeah, I've had other experiences with guys that have not gone too well at Virginia Tech. One time, I was talking to this guy, and somehow, like, our hokey passports came up. And if you call it your hokey Pete, I'm embarrassed for you. And I think you should be embarrassed for yourself, because, okay, just listen to this next sentence. We whipped out our hokey Pete's. That's like, it gives me, like, Virginia Tech nudists with a lot of school spirit, you know? So yeah, we take them out, we whip them out, the hokey peas we do, and we're looking at him, and he takes mine, he looks at it, and then he looks back at me, and then he looks at it and looks back up at me. He goes, I'm not gonna lie to you, you don't look good in this photo. And at this point, you know, I've dealt with men in my life, so I was not surprised by the audacity. I was like, that, yeah, checks out. He said, yeah, I know, but like, don't worry, like, you don't look bad in real life. And I was like, thank you. That's maybe the nicest compliment I've ever received. So if I ever do meet up with a guy from Tinder, at least I know I'm like reverse catfishing, sort of, you know? Like if I meet up with him, he'd be like, oh, not that bad, you know? Not as bad. The bar's on the floor. The bar is on the floor, ladies. Yeah. And one more story I'll tell you before I have to go. I live in Pritchard. No cheers, that's weird. That's odd. Yeah, I live in Pritchard. If you don't know what Pritchard is, it's like a cesspool of STDs and cigarettes, right? It's great, great dorm to live in, and, you know, has a lot of problems, right? And in my dorm, I moved in, everything was fine, and then about a week in, my roommates and I noticed that there was like a bubble of paint forming on our ceiling, and we were like, that's probably not good, but, you know, we kind of just ignored it, because we're like, it'll fix itself, you know, classic. And then like a week goes by, it gets a lot bigger. So I said, we should probably do something, because it was right above my pillow, like right, and it was definitely a leak. Okay. So we send in a request, we say, hey, can you fix that? And they got back to us really fast, about 3 weeks later. And they said, we can fix that. So, you know, I was expecting an email like, oh, we'll be by there like Friday at noon. That did not happen. What happened was, it was a beautiful Tuesday. I went to the shower, took a shower, with the shower curtains that cover about like 1/9 of my body, right? Take a great shower. I come back to my dorm, I'm getting ready, still have my towel on, and I hear a banging at my door, like a I'm like, okay, well, I don't know who that is. But I walk up to the peephole and I look, and I see 3 old men standing right outside my door, which is never a good thing, you know? That's never like the beginning of a good story, right? So I opened the door and I was like, oh no, you know what, I ignored them, right, the first time, and I walked away, and then they knocked about 4,000 more times. And I said, okay, I'll go and see what's going on. So I cracked it open and I said, hey, I'm in my towel right now, like if you wouldn't mind coming back at a later, and he said, I don't mind, and pushed right through the door. And I was kind of relieved, you know, because sometimes I'm walking around and I'm worried, right? I'm worried for how old men are feeling. And I'm kind of upset that I like didn't even think about how uncomfortable maybe they could have been in that situation. But I was not comfortable. I'll let you guys in on that secret. I was not comfortable in that situation. So I'm like standing there in my towel, kind of just like looking around, and the guy walks up and he goes, yup, that's definitely a leak. And I said, I think I could have told you that one. Don't think it took 3 minds to put that puzzle together, but okay. So he looks at me and goes, yep, that's a leak. We'll come in here another time and I'll get my paint guy to fix your ceiling right up like once we come back. And I said, that's perfect, thank you so much. Could you tell me when you're coming back? And he said, oh, that's okay, we don't need to do that. We'll just show up. And I said, perfect, amazing, fantastic. So it's okay though, the next time they came, I wasn't even in the room. But it was kind of nice because he kept referencing this man that was his paint guy. He was like, I'll get the paint guy to come in here. And I kind of like that Virginia Tech just like has a paint guy. I don't know what he he does, you know, other than paint things, I would assume. But he was really nice. But yeah, thank you guys so much. I'm Sage. Thank you. And now a midget can use the microphone stand.
Oh, cool. All right, so guys, no, I'm kidding. Just gotta give it a little tighten. All right. Okay, so that was stage one. Can we get another round of applause? Killer, right? Absolutely amazing. All right, I've got 3 things to say about that. 1, we're a bunch of boneheads, she's right. 2, I knew that they weren't dating. And 3, now we know what Title IX is, I guess. So yeah, there's that. Oh man, I thought this was a comedy night, not a roast booth. Jesus. Speaking of which, by the way, I'm gonna plug this real quick. We actually do roast booths outside of Moe's on Friday nights. What that means is that we insult you when you're drunk and then you pay us. Believe it or not, that's actually a pretty successful business method. We beat minimum wage more than once. Say that, I think that says more about minimum wage than it does about whatever. Okay, whatever it is. Next up, the guy who does all of our finances, Ayush Patodia.
How we doing, crowd? How we doing? Nice. I'm gonna need more energy. How we doing tonight? There you go. There you go. I like how no one sat here. You know what I mean? I'm 147 on a good day. I'm not creating a splash zone for anybody. Like, yeah. Thank you guys for coming to the show. It means a lot to me. It means a lot to us. We are the Comedy Conglomerate. We do stand-up shows, and if you guys ever have thought about doing stand-up, or like coming to our shows, or just want a group to hang out with, to joke with, come to our meetings. Our meetings are in Squires 219 at 7 p.m. every Monday, and we're like a group of people with a bunch of undiagnosed neurodivergencies, like legit, like. We're like Congress. We don't get anything done. Also, this is supposed to be a clean show. So if I yell, or if I curse, just yell at me. Don't call me a slur. I'm looking at you, Dad. Just like, that will work. I already almost did one time, so, we'll start with that. Back to Congress. Congress recently, they're so silly. They passed this law, or this act, that was like the Sunshine Act, which ended daylight savings, which is like, it's cool. But I feel like there are more pressing matters at hand. You know what I mean? Like there's poverty, hunger, racism. That's a pretty big one, I would say. Racism, a whole war over the sea. Yeah, I bet you know a lot about that, cadet man. Sorry, don't mean to point you out. It's just a lot of your buddies are over there at the ring dance. But they were like all these issues, and they were like, I like the sun, and so like they just ended it, which is cool, I guess. I work at Starbucks. How many of you guys like Starbucks? Make some noise. That was kind of weak, but it's okay. Make some more noise if you drink white mocha. Yeah, that's what I thought. Because I'm glad there aren't people that drink white mocha here, because they're not gonna like this next one. Because I think that there's a correlation. There's gotta be a correlation between white mocha and white supremacy. It's a trend I see. Only rednecks like white mocha. It's a thing. Like 2 pumps of white mocha in their drink, they'll call me like dot head or whatever. And then 10 pumps of white mocha, that's a hate crime. like that's a hate crime against me. Around here, I grew up in Blacksburg. And usually when you grow up in Blacksburg, it means your parents work at Virginia Tech. My parents, we run a local business. It's a motel, the Red Carpet Inn. If you need a place to stay, hit us up. But like growing up in a motel with Indian parents, it's like the sweet life of Zach and Cody, but like but like with tiger parents. Like instead of fun shenanigans, I just have to practice my handwriting or whatever. I don't even know. Literally, in first grade, I would come back from school, and my mom would sit me down with a newspaper, and I would handwrite articles. That's not a joke. That's literal. Like I literally did that every day. But at least I got fire handwriting for a guy. So, you know. Around here, Walmart. I hate Walmart. I don't like it. That's a place I go if I just don't want to be nice to myself. Because I know other people won't be nice to me. You know what I mean? One time when I was 6 years old, or not 6 years old, when I was very little, my dad and I went to a Walmart, and then some guy tried to run us over. And then my dad hasn't been ever since. Yeah. And so when I was little, I don't exactly remember when, I was at the Walmart, and these two MAGA men come up to me. MAGA men, you know? The image in your brain is correct, you know? And they go back to where you came from, you monkey. And then they high-fived, and we're like, let's go get white mochas. Yeah. I recently went to New Hampshire. Make some noise if you like New Hampshire. That sounds about right too. Yeah, there's not a lot of people from New Hampshire. I went to New Hampshire with my girlfriend, and we went there for spring break. And it was not spring there, dog. It was like 20 degrees. I did not like it very much. But I loved the trip overall because I got to spend time with my girlfriend. But I had side quests when I went there. One of my side quests was to find a school because I swore they were illiterate up there. And my girlfriend was getting mad at me because I was just looking for schools everywhere we went. She was like, stop. And I was like, come on, the sign for welcome to New Hampshire had a Z in there. But she's dyslexic, so she thought it was all fine. I was like, no, something's up. And another side quest of mine, I wanted to get called a slur there just to see if they were really against the Confederacy up there, you know. So I was just a menace. I was jaywalking the same street back and forth for no reason, just standing in front of the apples at the grocery store like a goaltender. Yeah, that was my second goal. I didn't succeed in that one, but I did get a couple of the white people stares. You know, that's like, you know, I got a couple of those, but not a slur. My last quest when I was going up there, and this is kind of like, if you're a person of color, you do this everywhere. You just look for other people of color. Yeah. Because if you're surrounded by white people, you're like, I didn't know this was a Klan meeting. Gosh, you know what I mean? And so I was just like a racist in the South, just like tracking them, like curry powder, math skills, and a feeling that you'll never satisfy your parents. Yep. He's this way. Yep. The brown guy's this way. Yeah. I found three when I was up there. I didn't even find them in New Hampshire though. We went to Vermont for like an hour, and I found them in Vermont. They weren't even in New Hampshire. New Hampshire, I'm convinced, is just white people everywhere. And when we went up to New Hampshire, we went for a walk. We went up to my girlfriend's lake house, which is nice because I didn't have to do anything, but I still got to enjoy a lake house. So we went up and we were walking around the lake one day, and there was this house, and this house, and my girlfriend pointed it out to me. I can't say that I made the observation. She goes, look at that house. It's got so many flags. And then I look, and it was the American flag, the Don't Tread on Me flag, and the Confederate flag, all in succession, just there, which is an interesting combination, because I feel like it contradicts itself. You know what I mean? Like the American flag, I get, sure, it's America. The Don't Tread on Me flag, New Hampshire's state motto, if you didn't know, was live free or die. That seems a little excessive to me, like I'm just trying to eat my sandwich. and so the Don't Tread on Me flag I kind of get. The Confederate flag, I was stumped there. I almost said I was trumped there, but you know, wrong word. I was stumped there, because either you're racist or you're racist, you know what I mean? Like you're either like, it's heritage, or you just have it, you know, and you're racist. Which, the heritage argument I don't even get, because you live in New Hampshire. Like, where are your Confederacy ties? And last thing, actually, not the last thing, second to last thing. We went into a Dunkin' Donuts, because apparently the Dunkins up there are the real Dunkins. I don't know, maybe they're selling bagels down here, who knows. But we went up there, and we go inside the Dunkin' Donuts, and I see this lady with, she has half of her teeth and a tattoo sleeve. And I was like, man, this is just like home. You look like the lady that cut my hair at the Great Clips, dog. Yeah, that was my trip to New Hampshire. It was pretty fun. I would go again if I got the chance. Yeah. Last thing I'll end it with. In 2020 or in 2021, Shia LaBeouf, you guys know Shia LaBeouf, right? The Just Do It guy. Yeah. In 2021, he got accused of assault. I guess he really did just do it, you know? All right, thank you guys. My name is Ayush Patodia. You guys have been wonderful. Thank you so much.
Put it back. All right, that was Ayush Patodia. If you guys like to give another round of applause. Awesome, thank you. Actually, did you guys notice what shirt he was wearing? Yeah? Yeah? We got merch. I'm really excited about that. I actually got a medium shirt here. I'm gonna throw it into the crowd, but unfortunately, because you guys are all the way over there for some reason, I ain't got no throwing arms, so here we go. Okay, you can buy one yourself. I'm going to, okay, you know what? I don't want to be biased here, so I'm going to turn around and just toss it over my head. Wherever it lands is wherever it lands. If it lands right there, it's mine. That's a joke. All right, here we go. This is like marriage or something, right? I don't know. It's a medium. The way she got it, you would have thought it was like a wedding. She was like, no! All right, so next up, I believe we have Nico Bruno. Although, actually, forgot to mention one thing. I should say this. We are trying to raise a little bit of money for suicide prevention, unless this made you want to kill yourself, in which don't. You know, like, pretty bad. So, speaking of Nico, we're going to use his Venmo account as the thing. So if you want to donate any amount of money, then we're going to send all of it to National Suicide Prevention. His account is Nico-Bruno-4. Original, I know. Okay. All right, so next up we have Nico. So give him a round of applause.
Thank you. I found this really cool clip backstage, but it's a little broken. Oh, sure. All right, thank you guys. That's my time. I'm just playing. Azana actually brought up the wrong person. There's supposed to be another guy up here, but you know I'm here. Anyways, I've been through a lot in the last year. I'm not going to tell you anything about it, but just thought you should know. I was at Jersey Mike's last night, approximately 8:45 p.m., all right? They close at 9 p.m. on the dot. I walk, I drive up there, and I get there and I see that all the parking spots are taken, except for one. And I'm like, bet. I go in there. I see there's also a handicap spot, but as you can see, I'm not handicapped. So I did not park in there, because that would be heathen to park in there. Anyways, so I go inside, get my sub, everything's going fine and dandy. I'm about to get my sub, and then this gorgeous redhead walks in, and I'm like, oh, dang, like, this girl is making me feel some type of way. She grabs her to-go order, she goes out the door. I'm like, wow, there goes the best woman in the world. And then I grab my sub and I walk out and it's pouring rain, right? And I'm walking back to my car. And I see this girl. And she's parked in the handicap spot. And then I lost it. This girl just went from Fiona from Shrek to Shrek, all right? She's disgusting in my eyes. I want to bathe in her blood. I was so angry and so hot. I gave her one of these. Like, I stood right in front of her car with my giant sub, right, in my hand, about like 15 inches, right? And I'm standing there looking at her in the pouring rain. And I'm like, you see this sign? I'm pointing at her, pointing at it, and she just looks at me. Soulless Satan eyes. There was no God in her life ever. Just Satanism and Satan and the devil and worshiping Satan. And she looked at me, and she just slowly brings up her hand, and I'm like, don't you do it, bitch. And then I just, what the fuck? I start doing all these Italian hand signals. I'm not supposed to swear, my bad. Anyways, you can just cut my entire set, my bad. Anyways, so I'm like, what are you doing, all this stuff? And then I think that she just skirted out of there. I think she was terrified because she thought like a Middle Eastern Italian man was going all Tony Soprano on her ass. And, I would have been scared too, but really, she's gonna flick me off just because I had her acknowledge the fact that she parked in a handicap? What kind of sick person are you? Anyway, whatever. My ex hit me up recently out of the blue. It's always great when you get those, She just pops in, Been 2 years and she's just like, hey, I'm not drunk. I'm on my back porch in Blacksburg. I can't hang out. Whatever. She blocks me, she doesn't want to talk to me because I wasn't available in that instant. And that's insane. She texts me, and the first thing she says, it's just not you with the earrings. You can't wear your earrings at all. I don't want to see you if you're wearing earrings. What the fuck? You haven't seen me in 2 years, and the first thing out of your mouth is you don't want to see my earrings? That's great. Where were you 2 years ago when I got my earrings? Huh? You just gonna say, okay. I guess you won because my earrings aren't in. I just took them out, unrelated, not together. But, anyways, girls just don't know what they want. They're indecisive. And, they know what they want, just when it's too late. I went through a bad breakup recently, and it's just left me feeling like I can't get into any relationship or any sort of dating at all. And that sucks. But at the same time, it is extremely freeing being single. Now I can just binge eat Cheetos and watch Shameless till I die. It is really the best feeling in the world. But girls keep guys grounded, right? Because without girls in our life, we're just gonna do stupid shit. And an example of that, the guys and I went to the club, and then we just ended up getting extremely wasted, and then my one friend AJ lost his wallet, and then we're out in the parking lot for an hour or two looking for his wallet that we never find. We just give up and go home, drunk. And that's why you should never go to the strip club, all right? There's nothing that's ever gonna good that's gonna come out of a strip club, because here's the thing. If you were with your girl, you never would have gone to a strip club, because I've been in this debate with so many people. Is there really a point for a strip club? No, not at all. If you're single, I suppose. So, I'm just getting a little angry. But if you're in a relationship, hell no. There's no reason. You can just go home and see your girl for free. That is way better than paying money and go and do this. But I've heard the counter argument. My friend Willie, he was like, Nico, you just gotta bring your girl with you to the club. And I was like, why would I ever bring my girl with me to the club to objectify a woman? I don't think she would like that at all. And then he pulls me aside, and he's like, Nico, he grabs me by the shoulder, and he said, the club, the only reason for the club is to throw money on bitches. You just take your $100 bills and you just start chucking them at bitches' heads. You start taking them out one by one. Oh, there goes Desiree, there goes Hope, there goes Destin. Sorry, that was a bit much. I just imagine my friend, he's like, all right, man, we're gonna go to the club, and then he just pulls out a bunch of looking money bags, and he's like, we're just gonna chuck them at every single stripper we see. I mean, that might be one definition of going to a strip club, but not mine. And you know what? I really hate going to the strip club because last time I went, I lost my wallet, and then I went outside, and I see this fiery redhead in the handicap spot, and I lost it, guys. It was nowhere to be seen. She should have ran for her life. All right, guys, that's my time. Thank you so much.
Man, how's the night over here? Yeah, the person who was supposed to come earlier, Mahar, Date, is coming up now. So yeah, give him a big round of applause. Yeah.
Can I get a chair, please?
Well, that's not part of the thing. Hello, can I get a chair, please? Oh, that's loud. Sorry about that. Yeah, thank you. Hope you guys are enjoying the evening. Oh, wow, okay. Yeah, so, as you might have guessed, I'm British. That's right. I speak English, but in Times New Roman. And I'm new to the United States. I came last semester. And adjusting to the United States is a bit much, isn't it? Like the first few days were a bit tough. Because I went to Walmart to shop for groceries, and I didn't know you can buy weapons in Walmart. I didn't know that was a thing. I was like, who's getting guns and groceries at the same time? So I just assumed it's a thing, right? I just assumed you can get weapons. Next week I went to Target, and I searched for 20 minutes. And then I asked a guy, you're fat. Where's the guns? And then he looked at me like I'm the donut. He's like, we don't have guns. And I was so upset. Because if your name is Target, right? The only thing you should be selling is guns, right? I was so upset, I went back to Walmart. My interaction or encounter with the southern accent was one I will never forget. I came outside my room and there was a maintenance dude just there. And I was like, you're not my roommate. He's like, yeah, I'm the maintenance guy, right? Turns out there was a leak in the ceiling. I didn't know that at the time. But when he started explaining, right, when he opened his mouth, it caught me so off guard, right? Because when he opened his mouth, he spoke fluent Cotton Eye Joe. Right? He opened his mouth. This is what I heard. What I'm in Cotton Eye Joe? I was like, what? Why'd you use the banjo to fix the leak? Why is there a horse in my living room? What's going on? What's happening? Holy shit. That was my encounter with the southern accent. A few things I noticed: the walls are thin in the United States. I've not been sleeping recently because my roommate upstairs has decided to have loud, obnoxious sex, right? And I only found out because the other night, at like 12 in the night, all I heard was. And then I woke up, I was like, what's going on? And then my engineer brain kicked in, I was like, good rhythm. Damn it. No, but the thing is, I was not upset at the man, because he was having sex at 12 a.m., 3 a.m., and then 2 p.m. on a Wednesday afternoon. I was upset at the fact that he was having great sex at 12 a.m., 3 a.m., and 2 p.m. on a Wednesday afternoon. The other night, the thumping went from one end of the ceiling to the other. I was like, what are they up to? Are they from like Floor is Lava, but like sex edition? What is going on? What is happening? I was so frustrated, I wanted to call the cops on this guy, because that's the most American thing I can do. But then I imagined that would be the saddest phone call I would ever make in my whole life. It's like, 911, what's your emergency? My roommate. Yeah, your roommate, what's he doing? Is he attacking you? He's got drugs? No, my roommate, yeah, what's he doing? Is he doing something illegal? He's having great sex. Is it consensual? Yeah, she's been screaming consent for the last 10 minutes. Hello? Oh, damn it. You can clap, it's alright. But yeah, that's my roommate. I'm kinda, personally, on a personal level, I'm kinda tired of Netflix and chill. So I came up with a few alternatives. If you like it, give me a cheer. First one's HBO Max and relax. Yeah, that guy gets it. Amazon Prime and quality time. And my personal favorite, Spotify and Hold Me While I Cry. Stop time. I love that joke. I wrote that down on the toilet as well. Winter break was fun. I got to see my family. My family does not live in the UK. I know, comes out Saudi. They live in Dubai. Got to meet them. Met my brother. My brother's hilarious. Do you think I'm hilarious? He's hilarious. He catches me off guard at the things he says sometimes. He was having a heated debate with my mom, and I turned to him and I say, "You're bam. You have too many opinions." He goes, "Nah, bruh. It's 2022. You gotta have opinions about everything." What? Yeah, test me. Test me. Quantum physics. Nah, don't feel it. What? There's just something quantum about the physics. What? You didn't say anything. What's... He caught me off guard this one time. Pre-COVID, right? I was like, "You're a fan." We're British, so we say "you're a fan" quite a lot to each other. So that "you're a fan, can't go out. It's dangerous, COVID and all that." He goes, "Nah, bro. My immunity's so strong, it's fighting in Iraq." No, I was like, nobody's fighting in Iraq. Yeah, because my immunity's there. What? What are you saying? This doesn't make sense. What's going on? But yeah, I met my family. Family time was fun. This one experience that I had, I would like to narrate to you. Is that okay? Yeah. Awesome. One day my dad goes, "Wake up early tomorrow, we're going to a zoo." I was like, interesting. Great, I love zoos. Give me a cheer if you like animals. Great, love that energy. So yeah, I was excited, just like you lot. Animals are great, so I was expecting to see a zoo, have a lot of fun, but the next day, we get up, it's an hour's drive, we go outside the city, right? Now bear in mind, when you're in the car and there's music playing, right? I'm in my own music video, right? I'm just sitting, I was like, I've never been to the Valley. But yeah, so I listened to that unironically for an hour. No, I'm kidding. But we get there, right? And then I get outside the car, and I'm staring at barren desert for about kilometers, right? And then I get a tap on my shoulder. I turn around, and then I'm staring at a palace, right? A castle of sorts. And I turn to my dad, I'm like, what is happening, right? He's like, we're here. He's like, where? The zoo. What? Context. We were at some rich person's house, okay? And the zoo was his private collection of animals. Now this is an experience I've heard like on the internet and stuff, but I was like witnessing this firsthand. So there we were, standing at this man's gate, just outside, right? And then we stare at the gate, and then a small door opens to the side, right? And a small man comes out. He goes, Habibi, go. When a Middle Eastern man calls you Habibi, bro, you're best friends. Yeah? That means you're best friends. Plus, it's a fun word to say. Try it, Habibi. So we enter, right? And bro, the moment I enter through these doors, it was like I was walking into like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, but like Arab edition. Because like I walked in, right? And outside, desert. Inside, tropical rainforest. Bro, this man built paradise in his backyard. And for the first 10 minutes, I was just chilling on it. I was like, it's not even that great. Right? It hasn't even got cool animals and stuff. Until 10 minutes in, we get to this one cage, and the man showing us around, he stops, and he turns back at us, and he goes, monkey. Why are you tapping your chest? What's going on? So he stopped at this cage, right? And he started talking about the cage, the monkey in the cage. It was a blue monkey, bro. The monkey was blue. And fun fact, you can fact check me. The population of blue monkeys is unknown. They don't even know how many of these monkeys are out in the wild. This man just found a blue monkey. Tried to rub it off and thinking they painted him, but nah, it was real. And thing is, right, the monkey, I couldn't see him because I was at the back of the crowd, and I was like, I want to take a closer look. So I stepped ahead, right? I took a step, and as I took a step ahead, the monkey took a step towards me, and then it raised its hand out at me, and then I was like, I'm about to have a moment with this monkey, yo. So I raised my hand out at him, right? And as our hands touched, he dabbed me up. This monkey dabbed me up, bro. You trying to get in? What? You trying to rush? What is this? What? What's going on? What's this monkey fraternity? What? And you're right, like at this point I get the audience is not laughing because like, yeah, like animals in cages is animal cruelty. It's insensitive. I get it. But if I told you what his cage looked like, bro, you're gonna be like, Slusher is animal cruelty. Like, the domes on bro, this man had a studio cage, bro. He had a studio cage. One bed, one bath tape. I kid you not, bro. His room had air conditioning, all the things. He had Wi-Fi. I was like, why does the monkey have Wi-Fi? You know what the guy said? He's like, the monkey likes to look at monkeys in the wild and laugh at them. Because he's living the good life. What's going on? I was sober. I was like, imagine if I was high for this. Wow. Then we saw a few other animals. We saw a few rare monkeys, more rare monkeys, and then I saw flamingos, bro, in the desert. These birds weren't even caged. They just chose to stay. They migrate, bro. Flamingos migrate. When it gets cold, these birds are like chilling, just like trying to get in. What? Then he took us into this big tent, and my jaw dropped to the floor, right? Everybody was just gobsmacked. And then 2 minutes later, I was like, are we going to address the elephant in the room? No, like the literal elephant in the room. Are we going to talk about it? The man goes, Bambi. What? The elephant's got a name? Call it Bambi? That's the wrong Disney movie, bro. But
yeah, that was a surreal experience, and by the end of it, I saw so many, like, I saw the lives of these creatures, and by the end of it, I was just like, Malha, take me in, bro, take me into this goddamn, like, fever dream of a zoo. But yeah, thank you, that's been my set.
You struggling there, buddy?
Very much so.
All right, I got you.
Thank you.
You know, for as much as we do stand-up, you think we know how to use a mic? I'm short. Give me a sec. I saw him trying to lift it up earlier, and I was like, oh man. Now everyone's gonna know I'm 5'7". It's okay, I've got a girlfriend. I don't need anything to worry about. Only my self-esteem. All right, now that I'm done doing that, next up, we got another performer. His name is Robert Doc Barnum, or as we like to call him, Doc. So give him a round of applause.
Keep it going for Rizana, everybody. Put your hands together. Give him a nice round of applause. Let's hear it for everybody that you've seen so far this evening. Would you mind? Give him a nice round of applause. You guys are sounding like a really good audience this evening. Are you still having a good time? You ready for some more? Yeah! So as Rizana said, my name is Doc. That's my nickname. I've been called that since I'm 17. And the interesting thing about names is I wanted to share just one thing with you guys this evening before I go. So I'm not going to be up here very long. And that is that recently I named my penis. So I don't know if you know about this. For most men, I think already know this, right? That's a sort of a rite of passage for men, naming your penis. Right? Got to give it some name. If you're in the cadet corps, the military, one's your rifle, one's your gun, that kind of thing. But that is a rite of passage, lady, for most men. I don't think women name themselves. They don't name their private parts. But for me, I never did that. And the reason that I didn't name my penis until recently is because I was worried that if I did, that I would become unhappy with it, and then I would change my name, or I want to change the name, right? I didn't know what I'd call it. I'd call it like Timex, takes a licking, keeps on ticking, that kind of thing. Gatorade, is it in you? That sort of thing. But I finally decided to name my penis, and you guys want to know what I named my penis? Yes! I named my penis The Truth. You know why? Because you can't handle the truth. That's right. Sometimes the truth hurts. And sometimes the truth is hard to swallow. But you gotta learn to love the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God, because it is the truth that'll set you free. Thanks, guys. Have a good night. Keep it going for Rizana.
You know, that's the most love I've received all night. Jesus Christ. All right, so next up we have our closer, okay? He is a sight to behold. I swear, like, man, this guy, he's my vice president. Love this guy, okay? But before I let him come up here, I want to say this. We're also selling those shirts, the one I just like yeeted into the crowd poorly. There's the table that's kind of at the entrance? Here, raise your hand if you know what I'm talking about, because yeah, everyone here has a good idea of where tables are. Great. Okay, so over there's a bunch of shirts in there. We're selling for like $10. We have like 10 shirts, so, whatever. All right, cool. There's also a QR code there, if you want to, like, tell us how well we did, essentially. Like, say, hey, like, that guy was really funny, haha. So, yeah, do that as well, because it really helps us figure out what we like and what we don't like. All right, so next up, Candy Stone Phillips. Give a round of applause.
It is absolutely fantastic to be here tonight, being the only fat guy here telling jokes. Yeah. And I'm last too, you know what they say, it ain't over till the fat lady sings, and these are just big enough to qualify. All right. Yeah. Let's take a quick poll though. How are we doing tonight? You enjoying the show so far? You enjoying the show? Oh yeah, that's good, man. That's real good. But I gotta tell you, when you're this fat but also this sexy, you start to experience some things. Things that I like to call fat people problems, or in the comedy business, we call that a fart joke anyway. Yeah, but mainly it just comes down to the fact that, one, I just have too much thighs and not enough butt. So now we're just in this constant state of trying not to move people every 5 seconds. And you know, you think this is a belt, this is a saddle strap. I got them horse haunches. People ask me to twerk, the best I can do is this right here. You know, the second problem I have is that 95% of the food that I eat now just gives me gas. So now I just have to slip a fart into every conversation. Just be like secret style. You understand, I've mastered the art of the silent fart. You understand me? Like, I'll be listening to girls. I have these girls in my classes who are friends, but not girlfriends because I'm a simp. Anyway, I'll be listening to them talk, right? And all of a sudden you hear, like, what was that? Did a window just open? I don't know. Let's go check over here. Yeah. Not only do I have fat people problems, I have glasses. I need these to see. You know? Do you know how hard it is to shower with people who have to wear glasses, man? Like, you know, like, sir, right here. How you doing, sir? What's your name? Safar. Safar? Beautiful name. Let's give it up for Safar right here. Now, Safar, I got a question to ask you. Now, how far do you think you and I are from each other right now?
10 feet.
Oh, 10 feet? Yeah, 10 feet, right? I take these off, boom, you're gone. You have no face. You are faceless to me. You could go to Vegas and win the fat jackpot with that poker face. You thought I was going to say the F word, didn't you? We can't see that. We're on television. Yeah, man. But yeah, imagine this now while showering. It's like I get everything all nice, hot, ready to go. Take my glasses off, open the curtain, and I see, just barely see, what could be described as probably in real life a leaf or a piece of grass. But in my mind, I think it's a spider waiting to kill me. So I just slowly crawl over, as one does. I do my showering things, you know, for about 10 seconds, turn around, it is gone. And my next thought, well, okay, so this is how I die tonight, okay. Yeah, man, it's crazy. So yeah, glasses and being fat. Speaking of glasses and being fat, I work at a dining hall, right? Work at a dining hall. Yeah, we serve food that is edible, and people come to eat this edible food. Yeah. But now their masks are gone, because COVID, you remember COVID, right? But now their masks are gone, people now gain the confidence to try and sneak in without having to pay. So now my bosses have come to me, and they say, hey, go be a cashier by this entrance. That's not really an entrance. And I say, okay. So now I'm over here, being this cashier. I get to stand here and have people pay, or I get to say this, oh, no, no, no. You can't come in here, you silly goose. You have to go around. I don't know why I get smug, I gain an accent, but you can't come in here, silly goose. No, no, no. And, you know, and you would think that somebody of my fatness would be offended when employers ask, excuse me, could you please guard this food for us? We'd think you'd be quite good at it. And surprisingly, I would say yes. Because the idea of asking a fat guy to stand there and be a bouncer of the buffet is absolutely hilarious to me. Yeah. I would just stand there like an opposing figure while people in the background just go and pick out their little chicken legs and their okay pizza slices with the tongs and then prance along back to their tables. Oh, it's so funny. Okay. So yeah, let's get the food that I like, you know, keep this fat man in full circle. All right, so yeah, when I go to fast food, I like to get either Taco Bell or Burger King. Now, people hear that and you go, oh, Taco Bell, Burger King, not like go to Mickey D's, brah. Get a Big Mackey and a Shamrock Shacky. Like, come on, brah. I was like, well, here's my opinion. I think that Burger King is better than McDonald's. I know, controversial yet so brave. Yeah. But yeah, I just like the taste of the burgers better, man. And oh my God, the sides. You know what you can get as sides at Burger King? Besides fries, you can get cheesy jalapeno bites. You can get chicken fries. You can get mozzarella sticks. What can you get at McDonald's besides fries? Fruit. Yeah. So, so now, so I went to this Burger King one time, right? It was coming back from the winter break, and I got a 4-hour drive from my little hometown. And, you know, I figured I want to make good time, so I pull up, beep, beep, that's my car. I get there, I order 2 cheeseburgers, a side of fries, and mozzarella sticks. I go, I pay for my food, I drive, we're down the road about like 5-10 minutes. Then I start to fill with my food. I start to eat the burgers, flame broiled goodness. Get to the fries, salty. And then I get to the mozzarella sticks, and they forgot my mozzarella sticks. You know what made it even more infuriating? The fact that they remembered to put the little packet of marinara sauce in the bag, but not the mozzarella sticks. That's like forgetting to put cheese on macaroni. It's like forgetting to put bread in a sandwich. It's like forgetting to put lettuce in a salad, and yes, I know what a salad is. You know how Mark Ruffalo was casted in the Avenger movies as the Incredible Hulk? He's like the most laid-back dude that they got in Hollywood. But yet probably someday, he was just chilling, they forgot his mozzarella sticks, and he went, mozzarella sticks! Oh, come on! We need that in our movie. All right. Get home safe, everybody. My name's been Kanan Phillips. Thank you. Good night! I feel like I should say that. Do we? Yeah. I'm turned on, I ain't gonna lie. Yes, my girlfriend's not watching, it's all good. Yeah, well, anyways, so my mind is just like a white blank by that. Thank you guys for coming to the show. That was our final performer. Like I said, once again, we have shirts over there, like 10 of them. I'm really glad he didn't rip the Conglomerate shirt. Because I was like low-key a little worried. I was like, uh-oh. So the guy took that off. So yeah, we're selling those at the table over there. Again, there's a QR code. You can scan it, tell us how we did. We'd much appreciate it. Otherwise, thank you guys for coming. Yeah. Let me get a little bit of louder round of applause for the people who performed tonight. Yeah. Thank you. All right. You guys have a great night, okay? CCTV, guys. Buy our shirts. Huh? Oh, also we have a YouTube video coming out tomorrow, if you want to see that. It should be pretty funny. It's a Spider-Man video. Do what you will with that information.